In this episode, I will smash the day jobs. In this episode, I'll look at early jobs of famous people. I'll avoid the ones you probably know about because I'm all about obscure facts. Some of these go way beyond what we used to call day jobs, now known as survival jobs. And remember, of course, that one of these entries is fake. Number 15. Athletes. Carl Weathers, aka Apollo Creed, played for the Oakland Raiders. Ed Marinaro played for several NFL teams. He even appeared in 2 Super Bowls with the Minnesota Vikings. Kurt Russell played minor league baseball between childhood and adult acting careers. I'm leaving out the athletes who went into show business because they were already famous in sports. That said, I loved Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane. Shaquille O'Neal in Kazam. Moving on. Number 14. Slaughterhouse workers. Ozzy Osbourne worked in what the British call an abattoir. Then he became a singer and bit the head off a bat. So really, a natural progression. Number 13. Physicians. You all know about Kim Jong, so let's move on. I have never been a doctor, but I look very good in doctor clothes. George Miller, the Aussie director of Mad Max, is a physician. He worked overtime to finance the film. Graham Chapman of Monty Python went to medical school. He just never practiced. Same with author Michael Crichton. What do their mothers think of this? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was also a physician. He practiced during the shift to modern medicine, so fewer leeches. Number 12. Accountants. Robert Plant trained as an accountant. He lasted about 2 weeks. Apparently, he told a client they had a whole lot of debt. Bob Newhart was an accountant before becoming a comedian and an actor, before later working with me. Truly the path to greatness. Simu Liu was an accountant before playing Shang-Chi. No joke here. Marvel, I'd like to see me some more of Shang-Chi. Number 11. Funeral workers. Jonathan Davis of the band Korn worked as an embalmer and a coroner's assistant. I could comment on that if I knew who he was. Rod Stewart worked as a gravedigger. Honestly, that tracks. Danny DeVito worked as a hairstylist at a morgue. He must have been good. His clients never complained about his work. Number 10. Bouncers. Michael Clark Duncan was a bouncer before becoming an actor. Not too surprising. But so was Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Oh, I am so scared of you. And Jorge Bergoglio, better known as Pope Francis. He may be the coolest pope of my lifetime. Number 9. Fast food workers. Brad Pitt worked at El Pollo Loco. He dressed as the giant chicken. Still acting, right? Madonna worked at Dunkin' Donuts. She was fired pretty quickly. I'm still waiting for confirmation. Was it the attitude or the outfit? Jeff Bezos worked at McDonald's. Then he married a woman named Mackenzie. That being said, if anyone would like to introduce the two of us, don't let something like common sense stop you. Number 8. Lawyers. Geraldo Rivera was a practicing attorney before becoming whatever it is he does now. Howard Cosell, the mouth that roared, was a labor attorney. He even represented Willie Mays. That said, if I ever need a famous lawyer, I'm calling Andrea Bocelli. He can summarize the case in a nice tenor. He can even tell the jury, if you find in favor of my client, I'll sing Ave Maria. I have personally held 4 of the jobs mentioned in this episode, some of which I will never admit to. Please click subscribe because this puts us one step closer to the era of Ggreg. And if you can, go to gregslist.com. You'll be up to date on future episodes, and you'll find the link to my Patreon page and Amazon wishlist. Every donation keeps me one step further from future degrading survival jobs. Number 7. Circus performers. Christopher Walken once tamed lions in a circus. It was an old lion. According to Walken, it acted more like a dog. Pierce Brosnan once worked as a fire eater on the street. He did it for years while waiting for his big break. He later gave it up after badly burning his mouth on a TV show. Hugh Jackman never joined the circus, but he did work as a party clown, which apparently is terrifying to some people. Really? The face paint scares you, but the claws don't? Number 6. Calligraphers. Meghan Markle, styled as Meghan something of something something, worked as a freelance calligrapher. So, that worked out. Number 5. Baristas. William Kemp, an Elizabethan-age actor who pioneered many Shakespeare roles, was discovered making coffee at a little cafe next door to London's The Theatre. Pioneering filmmaker George Méliès worked at a cafe in Paris while making his early movies, but was fired for making a latte with just a tad too much milk. Abraham Lincoln worked at a Starbucks in Springfield, Illinois. He kept writing speeches on the cups. "Double espresso for 7 years ago?" And later, at the White House, he'd greet visitors and say, "What can I get started for you?" Old habits die hard. Number 4. Telemarketers. Vin Diesel worked as a telemarketer, selling tools over the phone. Jennifer Aniston sold timeshares in the Poconos. She should have been in Glengarry Glen Ross. "Your sales are down." "We were on a break." I worked selling newspaper subscriptions out of a little office in Los Gatos, California. I still remember the pitch. "Hi, my name is Ggreg, and I'm calling from the Chronic." Click. Whoopi Goldberg worked as a phone sex operator before hitting the big time. I knew that voice sounded familiar. Number 3. Teachers. Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits was a college lecturer, all while honing his guitar skills. Sting was a high school teacher before music. I can just imagine it.
Do we have any homework, Mr. Steve?
Hugh Jackman taught PE, but he had to quit. His claws kept popping the soccer balls. Liam Neeson taught before acting. He once punched a student who pulled a knife on him. So yeah, he really does have a very particular set of skills. Number 2. Carpenters. Matt LeBlanc and Bernie Sanders were both carpenters before becoming famous. While researching this online, I found a list of the top 3 celebrity carpenters: Harrison Ford, Mark Harmon, and Jesus of Nazareth. So, Jesus finished 3rd, behind Indy and Jethro. I'm a non-believer who seeks common ground, so I'm going to leave that alone. Number 1. Soldiers. Rob Riggle served in the Marines, then as a reservist. He was headed to flight school, but chose comedy instead. Montel Williams spent 17 years on active duty in the Navy, then 5 more as a reservist. Then he became a talk show host. James Blunt was a British Army officer. At one point, his commanding officer demanded an explanation. His response? "You're beautiful." Chris Christopherson was an Army captain, also a Rhodes Scholar, then a songwriter, then an actor. That was a life. He flew helicopters in the Army. Later, he used that skill to land on Johnny Cash's lawn and hand him a demo tape. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad you could join me. Subscribe and become part of my community of Ggreg heads. And take a visit to gregslist.com. Maybe even bookmark it. Today's featured song from my catalog is Paradise from my musical Paradise, California. In this song, survivors of World War III who wish to reside in paradise must first describe their job skills. I sing the role of the baker and the bass part in the ensemble. The wonderful Patty Lynn sings the role of the gatekeeper. Thanks for watching.
If you want a slice of our little paradise, you'll have to prove that you're of use. Don't need no slackers here, just tell us your career. Now is the time to introduce.
Step right up and tell us what you've got, son. We'll let you know if we already got one.
I was born and raised in New York, New York, though my parents both came from Athens, Greece. I'm a baker, I can make bread and cake. I think you better save room for a piece.
Welcome to our town, it's nice to have you around. We need a baker, bet you knew we would. The other guy died last week, things were looking pretty bleak. We've got room in this neighborhood.
Greg's List is a Guano production.